On Aggies with the 82-66 win over DePaul. Joining us courtside, the victorious head coach, Buzz Williams, along with Dr. John Thornton. I'm Andrew Monaco. And Buzz, where would you like to begin in what was an impressive road win? I know road wins are hard, and you earned this one today.
Well, this was our first rep as Team 111 at Texas A&M of playing a true road game. I thought the spirit, the effort, the care, the communication, I thought was as good as it has been all year. And we had some new players join us today, number 23.
He looked familiar.
Yeah,
but
we haven't seen him. We have another player that joined us, 4. We thought that he only played in College Station. We had another player join us, 15, Henry Coleman. Just a dramatically better team when we have the energy and the spirit and the communication and all of the intangible things that it takes to win on the road. It's been a long week. Last Friday at this time, it was a massacre in a neutral site game against Colorado. And the growth that was displayed today to conclude week number 3 of the season was excellent. And as I mentioned to you at the radio show, and I've said to media availability, et cetera, I did a really poor job in leading our group going into Myrtle Beach, talking about the future too much and not necessarily staying where our feet are, as Coach says, and doing our work required of that day. I apologize to them on Wednesday morning when we got back together, and it speaks to the character of our guys and the maturity. I know that we played well, and obviously that helps all of us exhale a little bit more, but it's hard to win a game, and it's hard to win a road game. And DePaul is ultra talented. They played without a couple of their pieces. Obviously, Coach and I are very close. We worked together at UTA years and years ago, and pretty special deal. The coach that hired me when I was 21 at UTA is here. And then Coach Stubblefield joined us in what was my 3rd year at UTA. And so it's kind of cool. Coach is 69, and for him to be here, I feel thankful for the journey that led to all of this. You know, when we were trying to redo the schedule, I called Stubbs and leaned on him and just said, hey, Coach, this will be a quad 1 game for us on the road. Next year, we hope that it'll be a quad 1 game for you. Neither one of us want to play one another. Neither one of us want to play on Black Friday. Neither one of us want to play this game immediately following our Thanksgiving tournaments. So, yeah, I feel a lot of things. I'm just so emotional.
Yeah. Well, Coach, what's interesting to me, because we watch practice, we hear the preps, the coaches work so hard and put it together, and then it unfolds out here. And again, the 3 guys that we know what they can do, and they showed it again tonight. But to have guys that are kind of exposing themselves in a good way, that they're more dependable, are going to be counted on. And I think Anderson, Garcia, and Manny were really, really. Again, the box scores that doesn't always tell all, but they were very steadying influences today.
Well, Mo was back to being Mo. I think Andy is a good player, and he's sneaky good. The stats won't necessarily say some of the things that he's able to do. But his presence on the glass, I think Dexter Dennis competes at an ultra high level. Per bounce, he is competing. I like the collection of our group, but like any coach would say, you know, we need all of those guys to be the best that they can be. And then if one is not at his best, we have enough if everyone else is at their best. But the foundation has to be, like we've been talking about, with our team, what we say is elite communication, overwhelming effort, and care. Those have to be prerequisites to what we're doing. We have concentrated more on us than the opponent, as you guys know. Just sprinkled in a little bit of personnel against Loyola Chicago, just a little bit of personnel on DePaul. Both of them have been road games. My sons were able to be at both of those games, and we teach two managers, our GA, and my two sons, their plays. And then at shoot-around, our shoot-around was so good this morning in the hotel. So I think we have learned some things as a staff that best prepare our team. But I think our team has learned a lot through 3 weeks and what we've been through, and they have responded. And so we just one step at a time.
Well, one of the things that you said, I've heard you say, this is a different team than last year. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not living in the past, but you need to have reps, as you say, reps, because it's something that you can talk about going forward. So the first road win, that's a rep, right?
Yeah.
Their comeback, when they came right back out and stymied that, that's a rep, right?
Yes.
There's
And
things like
I wrote it on the board next to elite communication, overwhelming effort, and care. Our first rep at a road game, quad one game, and that's what we do talk about. That, as you know, like what is our success rate on first reps, and our kids understand that. And I think the immaturity that I showed as a leader going into Myrtle Beach, there was remnants of what transpired over the last 15 games of last year. And assuming, we call that Jacob. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that clip, but that's a quote shirt. It was a lesson like you never assume anything, and we call assuming Jacob. And I was Jacob. Mm-hmm. I was Jacob, and we didn't have what Texas A&M has to have in Myrtle Beach on Thursday, and that bled into the collapse on Friday. And then Saturday, a full work day, back to the right things. And then we made a step on Sunday. And then I think today was a step in what we're doing. And so I don't know what the question was. But
You were talking about things that don't show up in the box score. Wade Taylor diving on the floor 4, 5, 6 times. I mean, it may translate into maybe a possession, but he's doing that. Anybody can rebound when it's not contested, but Dexter Dennis is getting those. Anderson Garcia is getting those. The block shots by Manny. You talk about air time is our time.
Yeah.
Those were all air time and our time things, weren't they?
Yeah, real good. That's the fourth thing. We kind of boiled everything down in the longest night ever last Friday night.
Screaming, hollering is part of it. I remember
then,
that too.
And then I met with every kid on Saturday, and I had a sheet that I gave every kid. And in essence, that's what I wrote on the board on Sunday, and that's what I wrote on the board today. And that's the only things that we've been talking about, and that's the only things that we've been showing film on. And the fourth thing is airtime is our time, and that's when the ball is in the air, our take-up space responsibilities relative to rebounding. When the ball is in the air, our contested shots, which some of those block shots were elite-level contests. When the ball's in the air, pass from Monaco to coach, I'm run-stepping to that gap because these guys are so talented off the bounce. We have to be in that gap. We have to be in that gap. And now on the flight of that next pass, which is probably going to be a skip, on the airtime, that rotation, which was not good on Thursday and Friday, that rotation and the angle of that closeout is critical relative to the foundation of our defense and trying to keep the ball out of the middle.
You should have seen how proud he was that Henry had 6 assists. When the bigs are
Well,
sharing,
and
he's like beaming over here.
Yeah, that's a part of the new offensive stuff that we're doing immediately following early offense. And Bug has really good instincts, and Henry has continued to improve. Like you guys remember this time a year ago, we were not comfortable when Henry had the ball,
right.
And now I'm running press offense
through the guys.
Yeah, through Henry.
Well, he was a pressure release in the first half.
He was a pressure release, and then using Andy in the same way to close down the game. And Henry is so unselfish. And he has a fast twitch brain, and so we call it hand cut, back cut, and we're chasing, playing with the next guy. And so, like, he's receiving the pass, and it's hand cut, back cut with the passer. But his brain is already to the chase, to the next side. And, like, in my opinion, horizontally, he's an elite level athlete. Like, if it's a straight line sprint, he's the fastest guy on our team. So when he's chasing to the weak side, well, he's going to beat his guy there because it's a sprint in a straight line. And that's where a lot of those assists are coming from. He's just chasing with the next guy, and they're in rotation after the hand cut, back cut. We're not, we call it conversion to flow. So in other words, when the early offense is over, we need to recognize, and that's Andy, that's Solo, that's Bug, that's Henry. Like, phase 2 is over.
Go.
Now we need to convert into flow, and like Henry is the best at, phase 2 is over, and here we go, and we're in flow. And so if we can keep ball and body movement going and it never, quote, feels stuck, Henry's the best at preventing the stuck. And that's where, I don't know all 6 of them, but I knew particularly in the first half, I think he had 4 or 5 in the first half because he's converting to flow faster than our guards, and our guards are like, oh, yeah, we're in flow. And now all of a sudden, all other 4 guys on the floor, they're like, yeah, Henry ignited flow.
Yeah, great to see. And Boots, you put so much responsibility on Boots, and he just handles it. Buzz, there's no panic. There's no. It's just a different. It's just a difference out there.
It's my fault. Like I love our guys, and I do want them to do good. And obviously, I have a long-standing relationship with Boots. I love Force Spirit. I love Henry's competitiveness. I love that Jew gives us something we don't have.
Yeah.
I like the sneakiness of Andy. I think Mo is an elite level, strong athlete that we need him to be good. I think Dex competes at a very, very high level. I think Dre on the weak side understands what we're doing defensively better than anybody. I think Solo has an incredibly bright future. It's just happening so fast, and he's trying to figure it out, but it's just happening so fast. I think Kay is our best on-the-ball defender, and I want him to have more joy and more pop when he's playing, and it's coming. We just need it to come a little bit faster, and when it does, if we could get all of that on the same day, we'd be good.
You're pretty good today, though.
And today was a step, right? Today was a step.
Yeah,
To start the game, what I would tell you right now, it seemed as methodical, and not methodical like slow, but you do what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, you ran through the post.
Yeah.
Henry made those passes. You worked on it yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, you did, and that has to help them.
Our staff has been really good at what do the players need to know versus what do we need to know. And if we know it, but we haven't shared it with the players, now having the discernment to know, okay, now is the time to share it. And it's a unique combination. Obviously, I worked for Coach in 2000, and that was 22 years ago, so he has a different lens. Rock was the first Division I coach I met when I was 17 years old. Devin's been with me 12 years and is the defensive coordinator. Lyle's been with me 11 years. Yeah. He's the offensive coordinator. TJ is literally the smartest person in the whole organization. V and Antonio are doing a terrific job on prep for the opponent. So it's because of my anxiousness. But last Saturday at 9 p.m., after the longest day ever, because I hadn't slept since Colorado and we had been through all the drama and all the meetings, I go to the hotel room, and Corey goes, I miss you. I haven't seen you since yesterday. And I go, I'm just trying as best I can, but if I can, I need to watch Loyola for 30 minutes. I had done nothing on Loyola. So I'm sitting there watching the clips that they had already put on my computer, that V and Antonio had already put on my computer. And I'm going through them real quick, and I'm like, oh, man. Mason, call Bubba. And I texted Cal, we need 5 guys down in the ballroom. I called Devin. I called V. Hey, where are you guys at? We're in the ballroom. Okay, we're going to teach this group, this blue team group, we're going to teach them all these plays. So we're in the hotel room, the ballroom deal from 9:30 till 10:30, teaching them Loyola's plays. Shoot around the next morning, 7:30. You guys run all of those plays, and we're just subbing our guys in. Guard it, next 5. Guard it, like what y'all saw today.
Yeah.
We're supposed to watch tape at 2 o'clock. Personnel on Loyola. Coach Rock is in charge of personnel. Walk in the ballroom, and I'm like, I don't like the vibe in here. Everybody to the other room, and we're going to do it again. Blue team, guard it again. Everybody guard it again, guard it again. And then last night, after a long day again, 9 o'clock last night, blue team, let's get together, V and Devin. Let's teach them all the plays. It makes me memorize them.
Mm-hmm.
V's helping me if I screw up because he's been studying them. And then as we're going through it, I'm asking Devin, we're going to do this right. We're going to do this right. No, Coach, we're going to do it like this, do it like that. Okay, all right, tomorrow morning before chapel, blue team, let's practice again. All right, here comes the team. Scouting report, plays, let's go, let's go, let's go. And now we're all on the same page. And so it's the symmetry and the synergy that's required of all of those adults and all of those young adults all heading in the same direction to take one step. And
one step leads to another, though. You start with those right there and keep building on it.
I like what you said about spirit. The spirit of an 82-66 win. Congratulations.
Monaco, what's your record on the road this year?
On the road, 1-0. My record
And what's your
overall
record?
is 2-0.
You missed a home game too?
Yeah, he did.
Friday was in Auburn. Remember?
Oh, yeah, y'all travel a couple of days before the game.
Yeah.
Almost 36 hours before the game.
Almost. Yeah.
That was Auburn was a night game?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all need to get there on Thursday morning if you can. Don't they?
Hold on.
Well, hey,
Let me text Jimbo again.
the
Hold
media,
on.
No,
hey,
no,
media,
I'm agreeing
no,
with
hey,
Coach.
hey, media, they have to get there. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but media have to get there early.
It was
No, but Monaco kind of what's the word? Vacillates
Oh, yes.
back and forth of he's not media, but
Yeah.
when he wants to be media, he has the this badge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then no, I want
Right.
to be on the
I wanna
team.
be- yeah.
No, I want to be on the media. It's
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
it's a perfect job.
You notice how it was us for 40 minutes, and when he sat next to you, he dropped the they. I'm now a they with him. He's fickle. He's fickle, Coach.
Taking my lead from the man. That's what I'm
Coach
doing.
knows what it is. Coach has been doing this. Coach has been doing this Coach has been doing this as long as I've been alive. Almost. He's for sure been doing it since I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, you're giving me some credit there. I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Appreciate
All
it.
right,
Thank you
man.
so much,
Pizza
Buzz.
and go
Let's
home.
do
Yeah,
that.
let's do
You
it.
got it.